Stable. All right. So first we're going to Melanie. Go ahead, Melanie.
Hey everybody, I'm going to make you guys some sweet potatoes. So I kind of started ahead of time, but I got what I call real sweet potatoes out of the garden. I didn't use I don't use can. My mother-in-law cans. So we used real sweet potatoes, as they say. And I'm going to show you guys the whip it. And it's called the whip and mix actually. And I've already started. Here's my sweet potatoes. And I put in 4 tablespoons of butter and a quart jar of sweet potatoes. Okay, so you want to make sure you line up the teeth. And I can tell you more about this when you have your party. Because of time restraints, we'll just keep on trucking. But it has 2 gears on it, okay? And depending on what you have, what you're mixing in here, it'll be easier one way or the other, okay? So you can even start out with just a few things, and go on one of the dials, and then see it's kind of harder because I've got something that's not as creamy, I should say. Okay, so here what I want to do, I'm gonna put that over there. I'm just going to add a few ingredients to this. I've got a 1/2 cup of milk, and my milk is almond milk. So it's really good for you, and yeah, it works really good. And then I've got 1/4 cup of brown sugar packed up in there. 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, and then I've got 2 large eggs. So I can put all that in there. And then I put this back on. Make sure you get your teeth right there where they belong. And then you just start whipping again, okay? And it makes it really easy to whip it around there. Now, I'm going to put it in the Micro Pro Grill. And I wish we had time to talk about the Micro Pro Grill. But let me just tell you something about it. It is a phenomenal product. It's the hub's favorite piece. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let me get my silicone spatula, kind of get it off the sides a little bit. But the Micro Pro Grill, it has, it's kind of like a mind of its own because it can get up to 425 degrees and that's it. It doesn't go any higher than that, so it kind of stabilizes it so stuff doesn't get burnt in it. And it heats evenly. It has scepters in there, and that's how it comes to get it to the point where it's 425 degrees. Now, here's our Micro Pro Grill. Here's the top, and there's the inside of it. It has feet. Everything in Tupperware that goes in the microwave has feet on it so that the air goes underneath as well as around. So it can go this way as well. Okay, so just basically, you don't have to worry about spraying anything. As a matter of fact, if you do, you will ruin the product. So basically, you just pour all your sweet potato mix in here, kind of spread it out a little bit. Ooh, looks pretty good. See, here's what it looks like. Okay, and then I have over here the topping, which I have 1/2 cup of flour in our mix and store pitcher. And then I'm going to take, well, first let me put the butter in the microwave. I have 4 tablespoons of butter. And I've got a half a cup of brown sugar. And then I've got the pecans, just like Angela said, who knows, depends on where you're from, tomato, right? Okay, so I've got them in the chop and prep. Here comes my butter, which is in our, oh my gosh, I love this thing so you can have your butter. It's got 2 cups on this one, 1 cup on this one. And the best part is it's kind of indented on this side. And that's because you can even measure out your 1 tablespoon, 1/2 tablespoon. So it's really cool. Yeah, I love that part. So just kind of mix this just a little bit so that it gets mixed up. You don't want to do too awful much. Now, I will tell you this. I do not like pecans. I'm the picky one in the family. So I'm going to do some of this without pecans. So I just mix this up, and you just kind of float it out there on top of it. I'll do half and half. And then that way I can have my half and John can have his half. And then I'll put the pecans in it. Really simple.
If John is like me, he wants your pecans on his half too.
Pretty much. That's what I have. It calls for 3/4 cups, and then this 3/4 cups of pecans in the chopper. So we're just chopping away with it. It's kind of loud, but it's okay. And he doesn't like his real fine. He likes kind of chunky. So I might have actually done it too much, but there they are.
Yum.
So let me put that in there for him. You got to watch your blade. You don't want to cut yourself. But yeah, now it's real crumbly because of the pecans. And then you can pour the rest of that on top. And I'm going to put it in the microwave. Depending on your microwave, it takes about 8 minutes in mine. So you just kind of have to test it, but roughly 8.5 minutes. And then you're going to have your sweet potatoes. How cool is that? And you can make this ahead of time and just store it in your refrigerator so that when you're ready to serve, you just pop it in there in about 8 minutes and then put your topping on, you're good to go. Also, this has a grill position and a casserole position. You're going to want to put it in the casserole position and then put it in the microwave, like I said, for 8 minutes, and then you'll be good to go. And then I'll come back and show you what the finished product looks like.